Good Tuesday so far. Make sure y'all like the stream too. This is a topic I had in mind due to Brittany Renner. I actually have spoken about it recently. I've spoken about how Brittany Renner is on a explaining tour, and she's willing to debate any man that's willing to debate her. She doesn't have to do this, but when you're in her situation, when you are a new single mother, you went from being desirable, you went from having a ton of options to now you're limited due to your own actions because you thought you were smarter than you really was. And now you're back to square one. So shout out to everybody that's here early. Salute to the moderators on the channel, the chat members, the Patreons. I am putting up exclusive content on Patreon. The podcast is coming back real soon. The BSP podcast is coming back soon. I also plan on doing live podcast episodes, but maybe just on Twitch. I won't do it on YouTube. I've told y'all I'm not going to just do everything on YouTube. That is not the move in 2022. All right. That is definitely not the move. Let's see who's here. Taurus 99, KMC, G Mom, what's up? DTTV, Derek, Alexander, Abby, Jackson, Shaq, the kid, Israel, Hello Kitty, Ramon, David, Watts, Vern 85, Nick the Magnificent, DJ Nova Star, Little Light, Renee, Dwayne, Gray February, what's up? Samurai Will was good. Dion. It's a app from the norm. What's up? See DJ Nova Star. Shout out to Consumer Appliance Report. Appreciate that. Lady K. Showtime's World. What's up? Dion Mark was good. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. These women are out here explaining, ain't they? And then people are trying to give her points. Like the same people that were calling her a predator are now trying to give her points. I can't. I just can't. I don't know what it is with you people. Y'all were the main ones demonizing her. Now all of a sudden you want to give her brownie points. Maul, what's up? Griffin was good. Dr. Rich. JR. Steven, what's up? David, you say PayPal is on the way? Okay. Shout out to David. Always come in with the reliable PayPal. All right, David, I see you. Shout out to David with the PayPal contribution. But we going to get into this, man. I'm going to talk about the absurdity and the flip-flopping that is going on.
Drop some knowledge, Jay. Stay blessed, sir.
Thank you, Anthony Rodriguez. Appreciate it, man. I just want to know, what does Brittany Renner think she's going to accomplish by doing this? Because she's already made her choices in life. There was a point where she was very desirable. She was a fitness model. I remember Brittany Renner back in 2015. I didn't really know who she was because I wasn't deep in Instagram like that. 'Cause I actually left Instagram right before I started making videos. But I knew she was a fitness model because I would see her pictures all over social media, all over the internet. There was a time where she had a high ceiling. She could have went and got the bag from dating an athlete, or dating a successful businessman. But what did she do when she was at her peak in 2015, 2016? She was just out of college. She was fresh in the game. She wasn't really in the streets like that yet. because I think she was dating somebody that wasn't even famous like that. Let's get the likes up. But unfortunately, like most of these women, they fall down that rapper athlete rabbit hole, which she talked about when she was writing her book. They all fall into that rabbit hole. They all end up doing so. See, that's the thing y'all got to understand. These women will always bite the apple that is on that forbidden fruit. They will always bite the forbidden fruit because they can't help themselves. And now in 2022, she's a single mother that's getting back on her feet after giving up everything, in her words, to make this life with a guy that's like, 7 years younger than her. Always making the wrong choices. And now you want to go on shows and you want to debate. You want to debate. But I want to say something before I get started. I'm starting to notice a trend. Right, Southeast Dusty? Yep. She craved more. Unfortunately, you have a group of males, right, that are now trying to stand in the way of these women being held accountable. They're telling other men, you should stop talking about these women, okay? Even though, like me, I talk about everybody. Everybody gets, quote unquote, the smoke, and they get the energy. My energy is equally distributed. I don't just focus on one more than the other because I know a lot of you males are screwed up in the head. So I don't just focus my energy on women, but I'm noticing the trend of males who are starting to turn extremely purple pill.
If it looks like the streets, walks like the streets, talks like the streets, and fake hates the streets, she's from the streets.
Right, Zeke. Appreciate that, man. I'm starting to notice that you got males who are like, stop talking about these women. But bro, do you not see that men are being addressed? But women are in the driver's seat when it comes to the destruction of our society. We can't ignore that shit. We couldn't ignore it if we wanted to. And I said this in my Patreon exclusive about the purple pill agents of chaos. These guys will come into a group of men. What's good, sir? Make sure y'all like the stream. You got these purple pill agents of chaos. They will go into groups of men and try to redirect men from focus on the people that are destroying our society and redirect them. But they don't redirect them anywhere, okay? They just redirect them away from the women. But what you don't understand is when you do that, you embolden these women to continue their steep decline in our society. And when you have a group of women, especially in the melanated community, who are single mothers, we can't just ignore their behavior. That behavior cannot be ignored, no matter what y'all say. And that doesn't mean that you hate women or you can't get a woman. Women are easy to get. Women are easy to get. Look at the type of men they date. They don't have the highest of standards. The majority of Western women do not have high standards. The only high standard they have is in the looks department. But any average looking guy who's in shape, who has a job or whatnot, a car, he can get a girlfriend. Okay? If he puts just a little bit of effort into it. It doesn't take that much. We are talking about the decline of society that women are in the forefront of. Okay? You want people to ignore that. Why? You see, when I speak about women, it ain't about dating. I could care less about dating. Y'all already know this. I think a lot of guys should just be bachelors. Why not? and I'm definitely not a fan of marriage. When I speak on the social problems that we have in our society, I am talking about these destructive women who have destructive ways. Their behavior, a lot of people pay the price when their behavior gets out of control. A lot of people. We can't ignore that. That doesn't mean you hate them, but you have to call it as you see it. A lot of people have to make sacrifices in society. Us as men, we got to make choices. We've probably lost women by our honesty, but we've gained women by our honesty. Like me, I think my honesty draws women to me because I'm not vulgar. I don't berate them. I make, say a few choice words when it comes to their names, but I don't have any ill will or, hidden hate. But I have to be the one to call out the behavior because who else is going to do it? These women think they running shit. They don't run anything. You have weak males who politically need women as a shield in order to further their aspirations. That's what people don't understand. So when I speak on women, and I'm pretty some other guys do, we're not doing it because we can't get a woman or we have this hidden hatred. Nobody hates these women more than these blue pill beta males who do nothing but impregnate women and leave them. No, I guarantee you, no MGTOW has ever ruined a woman's life. No SYSBM, bro, has ever ruined a woman's life. A black introspective man of reform has never harmed a woman. That's my immoral brother, so I had to make sure I had that right. None of those guys have ever destroyed a woman, but you know who have destroyed women? You fake, wannabe, pro-black, conscious male feminists. You got male feminists being exposed every day for ruining women and being destructive to women.
M-A-A-A-A-A-A-D-D-D.
Appreciate that, Dipset. So I just want y'all to know that none of these guys who follow any ideology, whether it be MGTOW, whether it be immoral, whether it be SYSBM, they've never harmed women. But a lot of you simps, a lot of you single mother chasers, a lot of you couch to couch surfing dusties, y'all have ruined a lot of women. But y'all will be the main ones to get online and pretend like you're defending them. No, you just don't want them to change because they accept you for who you are. If these women understand that there's a certain standard that men have for them, they'll change. But see, the thing is that I come from a place of deep thought. I never speak on things because I have a disdain or a hate for anybody. Did I go through a red pill rage? That was in 2014, 2015. I haven't been raging since then. Well, I wasn't even raging. I was just focused. I was just focused. But nobody has ruined women more than these males who couch surf, these males who are broke and destitute, these males that pretend like they're supporting women, but they're nothing more than wolves in sheep's clothing. How many male feminists have been exposed for being destructive towards women? A lot of them. I just think that people really need to look deep instead of looking surface level. See, I look deep into situations. That's why I take a logical approach. Because you have to. Because my words mean something. My words set a precedent. My words is going to either hurt somebody's feelings or it's going to resonate with a lot of people. So I don't have room to sit up here and attack or misrepresent or hate anybody. I just want people to understand that. I don't think there's anything wrong with holding women accountable, because there's always going to be men that are held accountable. You know, I've done both. I've held women accountable and these males, because somebody has to do it. I don't play favorites. I think everybody needs to wake up. There's too many of y'all who have become sheep, who have become followers. I don't look to follow nobody. People come to me. I don't go to them. That's the difference. That's the standard I've set for myself. And that's what most men should do. Now let's get to Brittany Renner, because I want to make that clear before speaking on Brittany Renner, because I know people are going to say, well, Jaye, why aren't you talking about her? You're talking about Brittany Renner again. You made a video about her already. Yeah, well, I'm speaking about her again live. Now, for those of you who don't know, Brittany Renner did a 2-part interview or debate with Cam Newton. Now, I did a video on the first interaction right before the full podcast or episode that he was doing on his YouTube page came out. Now that full episode has come out. Now, the second one, she may have been a little bit ready. She may have been a little bit ready for the questions. If y'all want to see me speaking on their first interaction, y'all go to my Jaye Black channel. Y'all can go and check it out there. Make sure y'all get the likes up. We're going to talk about this second part. And everything is fair. You know, I'm not going to look at the whole stream. I'm going to look at the 8-minute clip that was put up on World Star. And because people are like, oh, she got him. She got Cam. And I just want y'all to know how ridiculous this is. Like, why are you trying to explain why you chose to get pregnant by a 22-year-old? Why you wrote a book promoting it as if you're doing a tell-all on all the industry guys you slept with? That is a choice, Brittany. That is a choice that you made. So men are going to hold you to that standard. They just don't like the fact that men are saying, you know what, I'm not checking for her like that. And it bothers these women that the men that they want are wisening up, are saying, you know what, I'm not trying to get caught up with a Brittany Renner. That bothers her, because in her mind, these athletes are dumb, but they're tired of being in blogs, being put on blast by one of you heifers, getting their business put out there. So let's check out this clip here.
Look. Well, so you would be with a woman, I'd be leaning in my chair. Mm-hmm. You would be with a woman who was the total package, but she was a cheater. Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes. Because I'll be willing to work to say, like, what is this stemming from? Simple and plain.
You're not enough. That's what she tells you. You're not enough.
Well, listen.
Your dick's not enough. Sorry.
That's cool. Well, I at least have to know.
And then what?
I still have to know.
And then what? You just, I'll do better,
if
babe.
This is the option, if this is the option that I'm saying, everybody baggage is different. We don't get to choose what the baggage is. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody needs to hear this. If it's cheating, if it's financial stability, if it's insecurity, if it's trust issues, everybody's bag is different. And you may sit up here and have a good dude that can be something, and I'm not, hold on, let me finish.
I'm listening. I'm not.
Not necessarily, can be something, but a more or less like, they just need polishing. They're dull. Their knife is dull. Let me sharpen that shit up and say, hey, bro, that's unacceptable. Just like I'll talk to the girl and say, bro, you're not enough. Okay, cool, listen, let me prove to you that what you're doing is hurting me. Some people may care, it's a lot of polygamous relationships out here that's thriving, that's booming.
But there's...
And I think that's the only relationship that may work for Brittany. I think a poly relationship may be for Brittany Renner, because I just don't see a man being with her in no regular monogamous relationship, because I don't think it's for her, and because I know she's gonna be trying to get with an athlete, it ain't gonna be for him. I think a lot of you heifers going into this year and maybe years moving on, you're going to have no choice, because a lot of these women are so superficial and they are so fixated on a certain type of guy that they're not going to have any choice but to be in a poly relationship. And what Brittany got to understand is she's trying to come at him as if, would you date a woman that was perfect but a cheater? Brittany, are you saying that you cheated? Is that where you're alluding to? That you feel like you're the total package and you've cheated? It's almost like women love to try to find, reason to say, hey, no woman is perfect. They all do this and that, to sort of, take the spotlight off her and say, you know what? Those women are just like me. They're no different than me. But the difference is that you got women that aren't attention seekers. Okay, they're not posting videos of their red knees. Okay, they're not dating basketball players while they're still in college, and you're far removed from college. There are women that aren't doing that. There are women that aren't doing that. You've done a lot of different things. There are things that she's done that we don't even know yet. May never know.
Cheating and being a polygamous or polyamory relationship, there's transparency. That's the difference that we're talking about. So you would tell, how many daughters do you have?
2.
Okay, so you would tell them to just polish them off.
They love to bring up a man's daughters. Listen, let me just say this before Cam Newton says anything. Once your daughters become adults, it's out of your hands. Whatever decision that they make, that's the decision that they make. If they choose to get with men that cheat on them and dog them out, that is a choice that she made. All I can do as a father is raise her into adulthood to be the best woman, me and her mother, to raise her to be the best woman she could possibly be.
They'll holler how they aren't all the same, but then claim number one is perfect. It's a lousy defense mechanism.
Right, Zeke. Appreciate it, man. They love to bring up somebody's daughter and say, would you want your daughter treated this way? And they love to do that. But you got to understand that once these girls become adults, it's out of the parents' hands. There's nothing the parents can really do after that, because they're on their own. They have to make those choices. They just better not bring them children home wanting you to help raise them. Because no, you're going to raise them you by yourself. You're going to get you a job, get yourself together. Ain't no babysitting. Because you made that choice. You have to work through it. And you have to be an adult now. And you have to go out there and you have to raise the next generation.
A little bit. He's just a little bit of a cheater. Stay with him.
But
would you tell your daughters that? I want you to look at one of these cameras and say you would tell your daughters to accept that shit.
I'm not saying it.
No, but that's what you're saying. Can he say it? Because I'm not telling my son that you can cheat on a woman and that a woman that you claim you love, and that's okay just because you're a high value man. You have a lot of money. Like a lot of women will want to be with you. That's not okay. Because you're only cheating yourself out of something real.
Well, unfortunately, what these women don't understand is this day and age, men who are considered to have more value are going to have a lot of women. And it's not even really that man's fault. Women, when they see a guy that's successful, a guy that they are physically attracted to, they're going to go at him no matter if he's married, no matter if he's in a long-term relationship and has children with that woman. Women are still going to come at that man. Brittany Renner should know she's probably going at plenty of men that had a girlfriend or wife already. But she's not going to say nothing.
Let's be fucking clear, man or woman. So let's look at one of these cameras and you tell them, what are your daughter's names?
Shakira.
And Sovereign, right?
Sovereign Dior.
Okay. Then tell them. Tell them that it's okay to get cheated on as long as the guy has 80% of what you want.
Can I talk now?
No. Okay.
Because every time I'm about to say something, it's like,
no, don't do that, because I've been listening. I'm a great listener.
See, you're yelling. You're trying to get your point across. You're leaning in. What's good, Bronx? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. You're leaning in, which is choosing. Why y'all love bringing up these men's daughters? I bet his daughter's gonna make better decisions than Brittany Renner. And this is no hate, Brittany. I don't hate Brittany Renner at all. I really don't. But why are you bringing his daughters into it? From my understanding, I don't know if Brittany Renner had the strongest, household when it comes to a father-mother dynamic. So again, bringing up a man who's in his daughter's lives, which actually does make a difference. I don't know if that's the same, but they love bringing up men's daughters. If you would have brought my daughter up in it, I would say, don't bring my daughter up in this. She ain't got nothing to do with it. We talking about grown ass adults who make the adult decisions today. Bringing up my daughter is not going to change anything. It's not going to change how I feel about anything. That's just your way of trying to get me to agree with you.
I'm a lot of things, but I'm a great listener, sweetie. I've been letting you talk.
Can I talk now?
The floor is yours.
Say less. What I will say to that is...
Say their names.
Sovereign Dior and Shakira. If it makes you happy, if it's satisfying your urge, there's nothing as a parent that I can do. Because I will tell you this, as your parent or as a person who tried to pour into me and I rebelled, right? My parents would talk to me. My uncles, my aunties would talk to me. The people that I had high value and high regard to did talk to me and say, nah, bro, I don't think that one for you. But I still rebelled. And sometimes in life, it don't matter what somebody can tell you. You still going to have to touch that fire and get burnt yourself for you to realize what they were saying is actually true. Now, if you like that burn, if you like that as a sensation where it's something fun that you just said, oh, my God, red flag here, red flag here, red flag there, red flag there. Oh, my God, this is an adventure. It's Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? Which is, some people like that. Some people like that toxicity.
Yes, they do. And I like Cam Newton's answer. There's nothing you can do as a parent. All you can do is raise your children, impart morals into them, and tell them about life and the good and the bad and the consequences, that there are going to be consequences for their actions. But when they go out in the world, they have to make their own decisions. As a parent, you're not going to be able to micromanage your children once they are 18 or 19, 20. They done left the house. Maybe they went to college or they done got them a job, whatever they're doing. Maybe they want to move to a different state. There's nothing you can do as a parent. I think parents who have really good relationships with their children, they talk to their children every day or every other day, they communicate with them. I think that is a sign that your children respect you and that your children are listening to you. But if you got people who don't have a good relationship with their parents, even though their parents were there, they're probably going to be rebelling the most because they don't like their parents. They may not like the things that were said to them or the knowledge that was trying to be imparted to them. So they're going to rebel. They don't really care what their parents have to say. So the only thing you can do is hope that you have the best relationship possible with your children when they become adults, because then you know that they're communicating with you and they are listening when they're not around you. Maybe not all the time, but most of the time.
A little bit of cayenne pepper in a dish just to spice things up. But who am I to say if somebody cheats on me, I'm going to leave them. Because that's just another step in the road to make our relationship even better. You don't know what relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship has gone through or is going through that you would say to yourself, oh, hell no, I'd never do that. She's stupid for doing that. He dumb for taking her back. Like, but you got to look at somebody's baggage and say, okay, if that's the issue, am I willing to stay and pick it up and keep traveling with it? Or am I just say, you know what, it's just too much for me? And I can respectfully decline. So to that question that you asked, could you tell your daughters to be open with a person?
Be with someone who is a cheater.
Who's a cheater? If that person satisfies them, who am I to say don't be with them? I'm not sleeping with them. I'm not being with that person. I don't consider myself with that person. I will always protect my children to the realism of what life has to offer. It's still going to be up to them to make their own decisions. I can't sit up here and say, okay, Shakira, let me see this boy that you got coming into my house who's taking you to prom. Hell no. What you do? What your mama do? Get the hell out my house. This ain't going to be no bad boys kind of scene, you know what I'm saying, where we intimidate the dude and slap him upside his head and say, bro, you come back, you know, pick an area on your body where you won't want to get hurt the worst, and that's where you're going to get shot at. Right? No. That's not theatrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for real life situations where it's like our imperfections as a relationship makes us perfect in our own right. And perfection is different. Just because I cheat, that don't make me a bad man. Just because I'm not financially stable, that doesn't make me a weak man. Just because I lack confidence, that doesn't make me any worse or better for somebody else. It's just I need somebody to help me. I need, you know, somebody said to me that's like, I play to my strengths and partner in my weaknesses.
And let me just say this too. Make sure y'all like the stream. Look at the likes up. Damn it. Just like I said before, when you have kids, you can raise them to the best of your ability. But after they're grown, it's up to them. And I think the fact that you have somebody like a Brittany Renner that wants to argue with them and try to make it seem like, you wouldn't want your daughters with cheaters. I mean, who knows who's cheating? Who knows who's cheating? And the thing is, a lot of women like cheaters. A lot of you heifers date men that got side chicks. They got teams of women that they deal with, because we all know you would never in your life date a man that doesn't get women, that you know is not going to cheat on you. You would never deal with a man like that. A lot of you women want men who have no discipline with their dizzick, and you know you do. That's why men with a bunch of kids always are able to get another woman. We know that. We definitely know that. Let's finish the rest of this video. Right?
To that, in this situation, it's like, well, I partner in my weaknesses because I want you, I deem that you're strong enough to look past that and help me still. And say, you know what?
Okay, we got cash apps. Shout out to this is from Fat35. Appreciate that, man. Also, let's see. Shout out to Bronx Side with the cash out. Appreciate that.
Cam, what you giving, it ain't acceptable now. I'm not willing to keep going on, but I'm going to give you this time in hopes that the person that we first started out dating, along the months, weeks, years, days, you end up knowing what I need and knowing that I don't need you to be out here for everybody.
If a person you love betrays you, that's a fucking problem. That's
to you.
So a person who betrays you is not a problem.
I'm not speaking just for me. I'm not speaking just for me. Oh my God.
I feel like you're just skating around. Well, the masses are the asses. Take the M out, that's the asses. So I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
If a person betrays
your
you,
feelings.
Yeah.
If this person shit on you and betrayed you, how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel a certain type of way, but I don't.
Certain type of way, like what? No, be specific, because all I feel is some type of way. What is it? What do you feel?
Yo, what is she so agitated about? You know what I'm saying? Because what, he's not answering the question the way you want him to? Now you raising your voice? You know, now she want to get loud? What are you trying to get? What are you trying to get him to admit to? We know your story. We know what you got going on. Going at Cam Newton is not going to change a lot of men's perception of you. These women love to try to get men to agree with them or try to understand their side when they don't even articulate their side properly. They just say, hey, answer this. Answer this. You're not answering my question. But he's speaking to you, and you can tell she's getting agitated because she's not used to a guy calmly speaking to her, you know, in a calm manner. Because Cam ain't about to sit up there and yell and go back and forth with her. He ain't about to do that. And she's not used to that. You can tell by her body language. You know, like, are you bored? I mean, do you got something to do?
I'm a masculine male, so my
That's
ego
fine.
would be shot.
Wait, outside of ego, your feelings. How do you
My
feel as a man?
feelings.
How would you feel if that person betrayed you right now?
Oh, I feel weak. But that's not to say I can't recover from it.
No one's saying you can't.
Okay, cool.
But the reality is you would look at this person very differently if they know how you feel about them and they chose to knowingly and consciously hurt you. That's my point. It's like cheating is not that big of a deal. Lying, it's not that bad. I mean, come on, overlook it. Why? Trust takes seconds to break. And you're talking about it's not a big deal, but if this person did that to you, you would feel devastated. You would question everything. Does love...
You know, Cam Newton would probably trade her in for another newer, better model. You see, a lot of women can't do that. They can't go from one highly valued man to another. Brittany Renner knows, she'll tell you. But Cam can trade in one Instagram model for another one. I mean, look at his ex and look at the new chick he dealing with. Okay? Then look at Cam Newton's children's mother. And there's no shot at her. She's an attractive woman. But, I mean, you know, he didn't downgrade at all. Okay? He didn't
Cam
really
is being
downgrade at
very
all.
graceful, but ID have told her to check that tone and use her inside voice faux she find herself outside.
Right, Zeke? I tell her to watch the tone, too, man. I have to tell her that. You know, be careful with that tone. Okay? But, yeah, man, listen. Cam could trade in. The reason why Cam wouldn't feel hurt because Cam like, whatever. I go and get me somebody else. But see, a Brittany Renner can't just go and get another Cam Newton. She can't even go get another PJ Washington.
even exist. What am I doing? Fuck bitches. That's why I just have hoes. Like, it would question everything. So stop making it seem so goddamn trivial.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
But you're kind of, okay, maybe you feel like you're not, but the way that you're explaining it to me makes it seem like, oh, you're a cheater? Oh, you're a liar? No. We can get past that. You got baggage? Okay, sweetie, I'll take all the bags. Like, baggage versus like actual character flaws are very different. Having kids versus being a fucking pathological liar, those are two different things. There's nothing wrong with kids. There's a problem being a fucking liar. So you can puff, puff, puff all you want.
Listen,
You may.
I'm enjoying this tea that you serving. Look.
Shout out to Joe K. I'm trying to get what her point is. What is your point? He told you he don't care. He can move on. Like, he's already saying, hey, I see what you're saying, but at the end of the day, I'm going to move on. Like, what are you trying to get him to say? He's going to be hurt? He's going to feel some type of way? I think Brittany needs to get her life together instead of trying to argue with men and debate men about baggage and cheating. And, you know, I mean, have you dealt with cheating, Brittany? Like, come on, man. Like, why are you trying to make him care? It's almost like she wants him to care. What do you want him to care about that badly? Like, seriously. This is where we at, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a situation like the stream too, where a lot of these women want to go. It's almost like she wanted to put him in a hot seat because the first interaction that they had, Cam Newton was more in control. He was pointing out things. He was telling her why I wouldn't deal with you. But in this second interview, now this is just a clip. The full interaction is on his YouTube page. It's like this is like 8 minutes long. I think it got to the gist of what they were saying. But it was almost as if she wanted to put him on the hot seat because she didn't like. Again, this could have been filmed back to back. We don't know. But what exactly are you? Okay, let's listen to it again, just one more time, to really break down what exactly is she trying to get at. He already told you that cheating to him is not a deal breaker. And you know what's funny? Women cheat just as much as men do. So I don't get why they try to make it seem like cheating is the ultimate betrayal. A lot of you heifers, especially you Instagram modeling wannabe heifers, you OnlyFans heifers, y'all be cheating too. You just don't get caught. Y'all want to pretend like it's only the men. That's a lie. When you're twerking and shaking your ass all over social media, you're not faithful. I'm sorry. You're not. You can pretend like you are all you want to. But you have high levels of low self-esteem. Women with high levels of low self-esteem are not being faithful. Maybe they'll be faithful for a little while, but they're not being faithful during that entire relationship. But I know what women will do, though. What women will do, though, when they want to get out of cheating, they'll break up with a dude randomly and bring up some old stuff just so they can sleep with a guy and get it out their system, and then they'll go right back to that dude. They will do like an intermittent breaking up. They'll break up, do some intermittent breaking up and some intermittent slurring, and then they'll go right back to the other guy like they just been sitting around waiting for him to get his stuff together. No, you was out sleeping with other men. That's what you was doing. Why are you bringing up stuff from 2 years ago, a year ago? Talking about you saw me flirting with a chick, so you want to break up with me. No, you just want to go sleep with somebody else, so you don't think it's cheating. So you'll just break up with me just so you can go and sleep with another dude and get out your system, and then come back to me like, oh, I've had a change of heart. I want to keep my family together. That's what they be doing, man.
So you would be with a woman. I've been leaning in my chair. Mm-hmm. You would be with a woman who was the total package, but she was a cheater. Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes. Because I'll be willing to work to say, like, what is this stemming from? Simple and plain.
You're not enough. That's what she tells you. You're not enough.
Well, listen.
Your dick's not enough. Sorry.
That's cool. Well, I at least have to know.
And then what?
I still have to know.
And then what? You just, I'll do better,
if
babe.
This is the option. If this is the option that I'm saying, everybody baggage is different. We don't get to choose what the baggage is. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody need to hear this. If it's cheating, if it's financial stability, if it's insecurity, if it's trust issues, everybody's bag is different. And you may sit up here and have a good dude that can be something, and I'm not, hold on, let me finish.
I'm listening, I'm not.
Not necessarily, can be something, but a more or less like, they just need polishing. They're dull. Their knife is dull. Let me sharpen that shit up and say, hey, bro, that's unacceptable. Just like I'll talk to the girl and say, bro, you're not enough. Okay, cool, listen, let me prove to you that what you're doing is hurting me. Some people may care, it's a lot of polygamous relationships out here that's thriving.
Shout out to Fear to None. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, a lot of these women are going to have to get into poly relationships, man, because that's the only way they're going to be able to get with the men they want. A lot of you women are in poly relationships anyway. A lot of y'all are already in poly relationships. You're sharing a man already. A lot of you heifers are sharing men already. You just in denial. All of y'all are sharing the same men. You're just in denial. Okay, you only see him a couple days a week. You want to say, well, he's working. Yeah, right. He's working, all right.
That's booming.
But there's honesty. Cheating and being a polygamous or polyamory relationship, there's transparency. That's the difference that we're talking about. So you would tell, how many daughters do you have? 2. Okay, so you would tell them to just polish him off a little bit. He's just a little bit of a cheater. Stay with him. But would you tell your daughters that? I want you to look at one of these cameras and say you would tell your daughters to accept that shit.
I'm not saying accept.
No, but that's what you're saying. Can he say it? Because I'm not telling my son that you can cheat on a woman and that a woman that you claim you love and that's okay just because you're a high value man. You have a lot of money. Like a lot of women will want to be with you. That's not okay. Because you're only cheating yourself out of something real. Let's be fucking clear.
But these women are not real. Look at these women on social media, man. They all look the same. Or they all want to look the same. And if they don't look like those women, they're already insecure. Are these women worth it? A lot of these women can't cook. I want a woman that can cook without me having to tell her. Or or explain to her what I want cooked. Because she don't really know what she's doing. A lot of these women do not have the skill set to be a girlfriend or a wife. None. So that's why men are not really checking for them long term. Or a lot of these women are being put in the side chick category because they don't have the skill set. You know, they're mainly used to somebody. They just for a dude to get to sleep with. That's it. That's the only quality they bring to that situation is somebody to sleep with.
Man or woman. So let's look at one of these cameras and you tell them, what are your daughter's names?
Shakira.
And Sovereign, right?
Sovereign Dior.
Okay. Then tell them. Tell them that it's okay to get cheated on as long as the guy has 80% of what you want.
Can I talk now?
No. Okay.
Because every time I'm about to say something, it's like,
no, don't do that, because I've been listening. I'm a great listener. I'm a lot of things.
Yeah, listening. You're right.
In a world of fake assets, women are still trying to find real men.
Oh, yeah, they are. They want a real man that wants a real woman that's going to do real things for them.
But I'm a great listener, sweetie. I've been letting you talk.
Can I talk now?
The floor is yours.
Say less. What I will say to that is...
Say their names.
Sovereign Dior and Shakira. If it makes you happy, if it's satisfying your urge, there's nothing as a parent that I can do. Because I will tell you this, as your parent or as a person who tried to pour into me and I rebelled, right? My parents would talk to me. My uncles, my aunties would talk to me. The people that I had high value and high regard to did talk to me and say, nah, bro, I don't think that one for you. But I still rebelled. And sometimes in life, it don't matter what somebody can tell you. You still going to have to touch that fire and get burnt yourself for you to realize what they were saying is actually true.
And that's what life is, man. Life is all about experiences, ladies and gentlemen. Life is about experiences. You're going to have to progress in life and make the mistakes on your own. Nobody's going to be there to help you through it for the most part. You're going to have to make those decisions on your own. You're going to have to make those mistakes on your own. You know, parents can only do so much. As long as you're taking care of your children and as long as you're there for your children, it's up to them how they choose to live their life. It's up to them. If they choose to follow the Brittany Renner route, then that's on them. I can't do nothing about that. Just don't tell people I didn't raise you right, because that would totally be a lie. If I know I was a good parent to you, and I know I made sure that you had everything in life to be successful, the environment, the schools, everything. The one thing you're not going to be able to say is I didn't raise you right, because we all know that would be BS, and I will call you out on that, and I will let everybody know that's a lie. The decision that this person made, they made on their own. So Shanti, I see you.
Now, if you like that burn, if you like that as a sensation where it's something fun that you just said, oh my God, red flag here, red flag here, red flag there, red flag there, oh my God, this is an adventure. It's Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? Which is, some people like that. Some people like that toxicity. A little bit of cayenne pepper in a dish just to spice things up. But who am I to say if somebody cheats on me, I'm going to leave them? Because that's just another step in the road to make our relationship even better. You don't know what relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship has gone through or is going through that you would say to yourself, oh, hell no, I'd never do that. She's stupid for doing that. He dumb for taking her back. Like, but you got to look at somebody's baggage and say, okay, if that's the issue, am I willing to stay and pick it up and keep traveling with it? Or am I just say, you know what, it's just too much for me? And I can respectfully decline. So to that question that you asked, could you tell your daughters to be open with a person?
Be with someone who is a cheater.
Who's a cheater? If that person satisfies them, who am I to say don't be with them? I'm not sleeping with them. I'm not being with that person. I don't consider myself with that person. I will always protect my children to the realism of what life has to offer. It's still going to be up to them to make their own decisions.
Well, I think what Brittany Renner is failing to mention is that a lot of men do take cheating women back. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. A lot of these guys are desperate to be with women. They will take those women back. Not all the time, but I think it's more than y'all know. Like, there are men out there that know that their wife or girlfriend has cheated on them, and they stay with those women. They stay with those women. These dudes be catching their wife or girlfriend cheating, they stay with that woman. They don't break up with her. Because these dudes, one, they don't have options like that. You know, they've convinced themselves that, you know, that's the best that they can do. So they end up staying with those women because they don't have high self-esteem. They have very low self-esteem. And they end up taking these women back. These guys catching their wives and girlfriends cheating, and they end up staying with those women. Those guys actually stay with their wives and girlfriends more than y'all want to realize. Yes, they stay with those women. They don't leave those women. That's how desperate some of these guys are. And these guys may truly be in love with these women to the point to where they feel like they don't want to leave her over this cheating one time, right? He caught her, or she told him she cheated. These guys end up staying with those women. That happens more than y'all think it does. These guys don't just up and just leave these women. They go right back to those women. Yes, they do. You got women that will get pregnant by another man, and those men know that child ain't his, and he will stay with her anyway. Raise the child as if it's his own. Because they're looking at this, well, it's better for us to be together than separated. You know, you dudes just are lacking low self-esteem, or they feel like, you know what, business-wise, it's better to stay together. Maybe we can just open it up. But I'm telling you, that happens more than y'all think. A lot of these women in 2022 are not staying faithful out here, man. There's just too much dizik out there. There's too much attention to get from men out there for them to just stay in their bubble and not be out here dabbling, because they are.
I can't sit up here and say, okay, Shakira, let me see this boy that you got coming into my house who's taking you to prom. Hell no. What you do? What your mama do? Get the hell out my house. This ain't gonna be no bad boys kind of scene, you know what I'm saying, where we intimidate the dude and slap him upside his head and say, bro, you come back, you know, pick an area on your body where you won't want to get hurt the worst, and that's where you're gonna get shot at. Right? No. That's not theatrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for real life situations where it's like our imperfections as a relationship makes us perfect in our own right. And perfection is different. Just because I cheat, that don't make me a bad man. Just because I'm not financially stable, that doesn't make me a weak man. Just because I lack confidence, that doesn't make me any worse or better for somebody else. It's just I need somebody to help me. I need, you know, somebody said to me that's like, I play to my strengths and partner in my weaknesses.
A woman think HVM can be handled like regular simp guys. A men with options would exercise their options just like woman choice to with low average guys.
Mm-hmm.
Women overvalue themselves to HVM.
Appreciate that. Nice sometimes. They do. That's why a lot of them end up going back. Like the singer Miguel, right? I did a video about Miguel divorcing his wife. But recently, Miguel and his ex-wife got back together. They were separated for a couple of months, but they got back together. I think that had to do with the fact that she could not get a man who was on Miguel's level. That, yes, she was getting attention from men, but it was just men that wanted to sleep with her. They didn't want to be in no relationship with her. I'm talking about the men who are either in the industry or they're financially successful. And she realized that Miguel is the best that she can do. And she went back to Miguel. And a lot of these women end up going back when they realize that the grass is not greener out there. They filing for divorce and, you know, they're stuck in a normal, regular life, you know, struggling as a single mother in the dating dating department. They thought that things was going to change, but it didn't.
You've seen the girl on Kendra G show where her second husband paid for her divorce from the first husband and now she getting a divorce from the second.
What?
Tears of joy.
What? Shout out to Stefan, Educated Tyrone. What? So wait a minute. The guy paid for her divorce from the first husband. So it lets you know that he probably was talking to her before she even divorced. And then she's getting a divorce from him. That lets you know that she used one to get over on the other. That's what these women do. You got women with two husbands out here. They will do stuff like that. These women are very manipulative. They are very manipulative, man. They're very manipulative and they're very sneaky.
Women like her have to realize that the men's value come from talent and hard work and her value comes from her looks and the men she's dealt with.
Uh-huh. You said that, Joe K. Once you've been in the industry swamp, you're not going to be you're going to be discarded. I've seen a lot of women over the years come and go. They were the it girl. They were the hot girl. All these rappers were dating them. They were getting opportunities and then they just sort of fell off. Brittany Renner will probably be in that category. This is why she's doing this podcast tour. She done went from DJ Academic's podcast. She did the interview with Kevin Samuels. And now, you know, she's on Cam Newton's podcast. So where is she going to land next? Whose podcast is she going to go explaining on next?
Right? To that, in this situation, it's like, well, I partner in my weaknesses because I want you. I deem that you're strong enough to look past that and help me still. And say, you know what, Cam, what you giving, it ain't acceptable now. I'm not willing to keep going on, but I'm going to give you this time in hopes that the person that we first started out dating, along the months, weeks, years, days, you end up knowing what I need and knowing that I don't need you to be out here for everybody.
If a person you love betrays you, that's a fucking problem. That's
To
To you.
So a person who betrays you is not a problem.
I'm not
Betray.
speaking just for me.
Brittany got to understand we're not equal. The hurt is not as equal. Cam Newton can trade in one woman for another. You can't. Okay? Cam Newton could wife up a chick today that he wants. You can't wife up a guy that you want that's highly valued, that's successful, that's famous, that a lot of these chicks want. That's why, you know that don't bother guys like Cam. And we don't know what type of relationships he has to where that stuff doesn't bother him. But it will bother you because you're a woman and you're more emotional. Cam Newton is not as emotional as you are. He's very realistic when it comes to women. And she has these traditional standards, but she's not a traditional woman. She's not a traditional woman, but she got these traditional standards.
Speaking just
Oh
for
my
me.
God.
I'm
I feel like
speaking
you're
for
just
the
skating
masses.
or well, the masses are the asses. Take the M out, that's the asses. So I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you.
If a person betrays
your
you,
feelings.
yeah.
If this person shit on you and betrayed you, how'd that make you feel?
It made me feel a certain type of way, but I don't.
Certain type of way, like what? No, be specific, because all I feel is some type of. What is it? What do you feel?
I'm a masculine male, so my
That's
ego
fine.
would be shot.
Wait, about outside of ego, your feelings. How do you feel as a man?
Feelings.
How would you?
See, once again, feelings. He's a man. Men don't feel like women do. See, when you're logical, you don't get in your feelings. Just like when people say things to me or they have some idiotic opinion of me, it's their feelings that are hurt, not mine. Women like this always talking about feelings. They want to know about your feelings. What is this, a therapy session?
She broke and he has money. Women overplay their hands. Stop
Right.
it.
Did she get her own place yet? Did she get a new car yet? Is she getting paid for this podcast tour? Shout out to Nice sometimes again. Men don't get in their feelings like that. Okay? You got males that get in their feelings. I see it all the time. I see a lot of these males get in their feelings. So we know males will get in their feelings. But you got men that have a lot of priorities and they have a lot of things that they have to get done. They don't get in their feelings.
If that person betrayed you right now.
Oh, I feel weak. But that's not to say I can't recover from it.
No one's saying you can't.
Okay, cool.
But the reality is you would look at this person very differently if they know how you feel about them and they chose to knowingly and consciously hurt you. That's my point. It's like cheating is not a big of a deal.
Once again, people, you got women who knowingly get into relationships with men that have a lot of women that go after them every single day. You got men that get attention from, especially famous men, because y'all know Brittany's not talking about regular men. She's talking about famous men because that's the type of men she wants. Famous men are going to get attention from women online, offline, right? Everywhere they go, they're going to get choosing signals or they're going to get flat out cold approached by these alphas. Those are the type of men that you want. Men that can get nothing but female attention every day. Yes, men are going to cheat, but they're not doing it because they want to hurt you, Brittany. They're doing it because they are a man, and a lot of these men have a lot of they want to get it in a lot. I'll just say that. And I'm not saying that that's right, but you should already know, a man with a lot of options and a lot of opportunities more than likely is going to be sleeping with more than one woman at a time, unless he's married. And I don't think Brittany Renner has been married yet, has she? Because I've heard women say that they're single until they get married. And I think the same goes for men as well.
Lying, it's not that bad. I mean, come on, overlook it. Why? Trust takes seconds to break. And you're talking about it's not a big deal, but if this person did that to you, you would feel devastated. You would question everything. Does love even exist? What am I doing? Fuck bitches. That's why I just have hoes. Like, it would question everything. So stop making it seem so goddamn trivial.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
But you're kind of, okay, maybe you feel like you're not, but the way that you're explaining it to me makes it seem like, oh, you're a cheater? Oh, you're a liar? No. We can get past that. You got baggage? Okay, sweetie, I'll take all the bags. Like, baggage versus, like, actual character flaws are very different. Having kids versus being a fucking pathological liar, those are two different things. There's nothing wrong with kids. There's a problem being a fucking liar. So you can puff, puff, puff all you want.
Listen.
I'm
enjoying.
Look, man, Cam is not even fazed by none of that. Like, come on, man. Like, so you basically telling Cam he needs to be a woman. He needs to act like a woman when it comes to his emotions and feelings. But he's not acting like a woman. Like he said, he's going to be a masculine male. We need to be in our masculine frame and not let these women tell us what we should or shouldn't do. So yeah,
this tea that you serving.
you know, he's gonna,
Look,
you know, he's gonna believe what he believes, and you believe what you believe. I just think this is where we are, man. But again, Brittany, you're a single mother who's, I guess she has her own place now. You need to focus on that instead of Cam Newton and how he's raising his children, okay? Or why he doesn't have feelings. You know? But I just don't see the point in really discussing anything with her. She's going to have to explain to me why she chose to write and promote a book about getting smashed by numerous men in the entertainment industry in a short amount of time. She's going to have to address that. We're not going to talk about me and my feelings. We're going to talk about why she is in the situation she's in. We're not going to talk about nothing but that. But again, you know, she's on this podcast tour. You know, I don't know what she's trying to get out of this, you know.
Hell, they like the energy that the men that have a bunch of women have anyway. And she definitely does, cause she's been a professional side chick.
Of course, yeah, I'm sure she's played the side before. A lot of these women have. And then they pretend like they didn't know that he had a whole woman. That he didn't have a whole wife. Yeah, I think so too. Remember, I think he does like, you know, being, you know, having that interaction with her. I don't, you know. Again, I don't have anything against Brittany whatsoever. I'm just going to be honest with her. You know, I don't have any hatred. I don't have any sort of disdain at all. I just, you know, call it as I see it. That's it, you know. Just like Cam Newton is you know, being honest with her. He's not really sweating her like that. She's so used to dudes sweating her. He's not sweating her like that. That's why she has to go to the college and recruit boyfriends. Well, at least one. And we seen how that turned out. Shout out to everybody that's here tonight. I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Hope y'all following me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let me put it up on the screen here. Supporting the content. Make sure y'all sign up for the Patreon. I got some exclusive content up there. I just put up last couple days. Continue to hit the cash out, the PayPal. Join the channel too, all right? If you support what I'm doing over here. I will be back doing the podcast. The Basic Social Politics podcast will be returning very soon. I'm going to have guests. Everything is going to be on the Basic Social Politics channel. I will be going live on Twitch again. I haven't been live on Twitch in like 3 years. It's crazy. I actually like the platform. It just can get, you know, a little tedious. But I'm going to be talking to all types of people. Especially like I'm going to be talking to some ladies. There's some women I want to speak to. Y'all know my track record with women, bringing them on the platform. But it ain't going to be this situation with Brittany Renner. Oh, no. They're going to be eager to listen and learn some things maybe, you know? Some of my favorite content creators, I'm going to link up with them too. And, yeah, man. Salute to the chat, man. We got to continue to put these heifers in check, man. We got to continue it. Don't let nobody shame you into not checking these heifers. We got to check them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the whole week. Monday through Sunday. We got to be checking them no matter what anybody says. And a lot of you can say, well, you're not getting any women. My voice alone can get women. Can you say the same? Can you say the same? No. Then keep your mouth shut and you're shaming your female shaming tactics somewhere else, because it ain't hard to get a woman in 2022. Who's divorced, Bronx? Who's divorced you talking about? Yeah, we checking heifers every day. Every day throughout the year. We're not going to sit there and get fall in love and get soft on them. No, absolutely not. We're going to continue to go in. See, that's the difference between me and y'all. Yes, it's the verbal thing, man. When they talk about when they talk about mouthpiece and game and all that, it's all in the voice, and you know they love the voice. You know they love the voice. So I don't want to hear none of this shaming bullshit from none of you guys that when you're around a woman, you switch up. I've noticed that some of these guys, they be around these women, they switch up. I'm like, where was all this energy? Where was this energy before? I keeps the energy. When that Instagram model called in my show, her and her simp boyfriend called in my show, I kept the same energy. I ain't got no beef with them, but I kept the same energy. Now, some people say I didn't, but I did. I don't care who you are. You're not about to sit here and think that because you have a blue check mark, that means something. That don't mean shit to me. I'm saying, I don't care what check mark you have. You come to me with respect, or you will get checked. And that's a fact. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you've made. You're just you're a nobody to me. You're just a regular person to me. And I'm going to treat you like one. I'm telling you, man, I don't care who you are. I don't care how many blue check marks you have. You will get checked. I will bring you down to size. None of you are special. None of you. I'm going to treat you like you're not special. I treat everybody like they ain't special. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've accomplished. You better respect me, or you're going to get the treatment. You're going to get that regular nigga treatment. You're going to get the treatment. Care about none of your accomplishments and who's a fan of you. That doesn't matter to me. Especially you people that DM me when you don't like my videos, or you're in your feelings about it. That matters not to me. Salute to everybody that's here tonight, man. Salute to everybody that's here tonight.
Met her in 2015. She cool as a fan. But you can see what she about. She got the roads.
Appreciate that hoop jargon. Oh, you say you met her in 2015? That was probably back when she was first getting started. Her mindset was probably a little bit different. But, she could be still the same way. But, she still got some ego on her. I think she should just accept how people feel about her. Maybe she does. I don't know. I don't think she's a bad person at all. I just think that she's made some questionable decisions. Like, you having a kid by a guy that's 22 years old? And you think he ready for all that? Family? Settling down? All right, people. That's it for me. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like the video and like the stream, share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can email me, jtheblacklive@gmail.com. It's in the description. You want to send me video topics, Send it to the email. I would prefer y'all send it to the email, but you can still send it to me on Instagram. You can send it to me. You can tag me on Twitter. Even if I don't get to most of your things that you send me, there's going to be 1 or 2 things that you send that I'm going to do videos on. So just understand that, man. Don't get discouraged if you send me something for like a couple of days and I haven't done a video on it. Video making, it's a process. It really is. So it's good, it's going to, but some going to be more priority than others. All right, people. I appreciate y'all being here. You've been a great crowd. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all take care and have a good rest of your night. All right.